I remember driving in the first time and thanking God that He had sent me to the mountains. I've always absolutely loved the mountains, and it is so beautiful here.
When you can sit outside and you can smell the clean air and you can smell the flowers and the fresh cut grass and see the blue sky.
Living here in these mountains, it is wonderful, and it is so beautiful here.
The families are so welcoming and open.
It's just so close here, the feeling of love and family. It's wonderful here.
What God has created here is just absolutely magnificent. What man has done is really a sad state of affairs.
We're the richest county in the state, coal-wise, but we have the poorest people in the state. It's either the miners and the mine owners, or it's the people who work for minimum wage. There's very few in between.
The area is really in a shambles. We have so much poverty and parents on drugs and alcohol.
They don't have the same sense of values that I raised my children with and that I was raised with.
Not all the parents are on drugs and alcohol. They just literally run out of food by the end of the week.
There's 9 staying here right now. 3-bedroom, you know, it's pretty small.
Food stamps really don't go far enough for a lot of these families to feed their children.
A lot of kids have had to go without food because the parents cannot afford it.
There's food here. There's been at least 3 times that I know of when there was nothing here.
I can tell you what it's like to be hungry. It's like a tearing pain inside your stomach. And you feel really, really tired. And some people may think I'm crazy, but you feel very unloved if you're hungry.
These kids are, some of the stories.
2/3 of the children here in this school are on free lunch program.
98% in several of our schools qualify for the free lunch program, but it's when they go home at night and on weekends that they have no food to eat.
That's what I told Diane about. I said, I have so many children in my room that come in on Monday and they are totally starved to death.
They're knocking on the cafeteria door at 15 after 7 in the morning, some of them, and wanting food.
I met one young man whose hair was falling out because he didn't have enough to eat.
And he was going from B's and C's to F's. He says he could not concentrate on his work because his tummy was hurting him so bad.
Right here in America, right here in our back door, this kind of thing is going on. My husband and I, after a lot of prayer, decided that we would start bringing food in to feed these children on the weekends. And we provide a backpack full of food that's in easy open containers so that they can feed themselves.
15 minutes, I can have the 13 bags that I distribute put together, ready to go.
If there was not a backpack ministry here in the school, a lot of our children would go hungry.
No family of ours is ever going to go hungry if I can help it. None.
There's a lot of kids that say that this is the only food that they have over the weekend.
It has helped out a whole lot.
And I have had several parents come in and say that they are grateful for this food.
These kids are no longer hungry on Monday morning. They come in all bright and happy and cheerful and ready to go with the week.
Like I was telling you earlier with this little child that we send the food home, his grades went straight back up to B's and C's.
His hair started growing back in, and he just looks like any other child because he's eating now.
If a child's tummy has food in it, then it can go on about the business of learning and becoming a whole child.
Teacher, sorry for the interruption, but we're ready at this time for 4th through 8th grade.
All right, look at all this good stuff you're going to have for this weekend, baby. You'll be full as a tick, won't you?
We're now in 3 different counties, 9 different schools, 356 children each week get a backpack with food.
I agreed to do this with Diane because These children are my life.
Because I don't think my job just simply is to teach these children. I think my job is to be there for the families, give them anything I can, help them in any way I can. And I think this does that.
With just one small voice, singing out song, in this tune all the world will be sing. Give yourself a hand. That was beautiful.
God told us to watch out for His little ones. And if we do not watch out for them, who will?
He wants these children fed. He does not want them to be forgotten. It's not their fault. Their living situation is not their fault. You know, Jesus said in the Bible, when you do it unto the least of these, you've done it to me. And that's what we're doing. We are literally feeding Jesus Christ.